Hey guys, today's Tack Hack is about rug and blanket layering. We use different blankets depending on whether your horse is not clipped or clipped, so we're going to start with non-clipped horses. The first type is a rain sheet with 0 grams of fill for 50 to 60 degree weather. Next is a lightweight with 100 to 150 grams of fill for 40 to 50 degree weather. Then we have our midweight, which is 200 to 250 grams of fill for 25 to 40 degree weather. And lastly, we have our heavyweight, which is 300 to 400 grams of fill and good for 15 to 25 degree weather. Now for the clipped horses, things are a bit different. A clipped horse loses natural insulation, so you'll often add 1 blanket weight compared to an unclipped horse at the same temperature. First, we have our rain sheet with 0 grams of fill for 55 to 65 degree weather. Then we have our lightweight, which is 100 to 150 grams of fill for 45 to 55 degree weather. Third, we have the midweight, which is 200 to 250 grams of fill and for 35 to 45 degrees. And lastly, we have the heavyweight, 300 to 400 grams of fill and good for 20 to 35 degree weather. Hoods can be used for any horse when it's raining or snowing. For a horse with a full body clip, hoods are really important. Avoid 24/7 use to prevent mane rubs. Liners are great for temperature swings. For example, you can use a 100-gram liner under a midweight instead of switching to a heavyweight, and it's much easier to adjust. When it's below 15 degrees for a non-clipped horse or 20 degrees for a clipped horse, you can start doubling up on blankets. Here are some helpful tips to make choosing a blanket easier. Number 1, the goal is to keep the horse's skin dry and their body warm, not hot. If they're sweating under the rug, it's too heavy. Number 2, check under the blanket daily for warmth, dampness, and rubs. Feel right behind the elbow or girth area to gauge warmth. Number 3, avoid layering waterproof rugs under non-waterproof ones because it becomes a moisture trap. Also, you should never turn your horse out with a non-waterproof blanket or a stable sheet. Number 4, even though it might be annoying, you're probably going to have to adjust your blankets morning and night as the temperatures change, especially in early winter. And number 5 is a general rule of thumb. If you're cold in a light jacket, your horse probably needs a sheet. If you're reaching for your winter coat, it's time for a midweight or more, especially if they're clipped. Thanks for watching and happy blanketing!